Sweet. Alright, so
Hi guys, today on Riggs Garage we are going to be putting a new convertible top on an NA Miata. That's first generation Miata. Of course, use the instructions that came with it, but this is a good step-by-step and should get you most of the way there. So hopefully this plus instructions should get you a new top on your Miata. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the Riggs Garage channel. Thank you. Also a big thank you to my friend Josh who let me film the work on his car. Thank you, Josh. All right, removing the rear carpet. All right, the goal of this is we're going to get the whole convertible top out with the frame attached. We're going to follow a guide that came with it, as well as a couple other YouTube videos I'll link to below. We're going to take the side sills off to access the bolts that hit the frame. 10 millimeters. And on top we have a regular Phillips screw head. That came off. Dump the clip on the floor. It's still in the car. Just run the belt up and over. There it is. Victory. Next we're going to get this gutter that goes around the back. 10 millimeter bolts.
oh yeah, there's the
Looks okay. This is going to remove a metal retaining plate. Now we're going to hit the 3 bolts on each side. Let's do 1, 2, and 3. Pull these out. There should be 3 of them. 13 bolts total.
And then the top pulled off. Oh, well look at this. This might be the issue. It doesn't even look like... I would think that there's paper in it or something. Oh. Yep.
So the top should
pull out.
Pull out.
Ooh.
Okay. Now we can put this back down and not bash paint or anything else. Yeah. So this is a rubber tray that the top sits in, and water just goes down and runs in this tray like a French drain downhill all the way to this drain hole, in theory. So we're checking this for cracks, anything like that that would prevent us from wanting to reuse it, other than it being kind of old and nasty. Now we have the convertible top extended out on the ground. There are a couple of Phillips heads at the top here. We're going to take these rubber seals off. These guys here.
Ooh, with washers around them.
And there are also screws along this whole sill here. So we're going to take those out. You see they secure the top.
Got that, and we kind of nicely pull this off.
Yep. And we're just taking care to pull them off so we can reuse them. I assume you'll want to replace those.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
They look okay, but
good enough for a $1,000 car.
It's pretty loud on the inside, so...
It probably always will be.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep these on the right side so we don't mix anything up, because these are definitely broken into this 30-year-old car. What year is it again? 91?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I mean, 29.
Oh, okay.
29 years old.
Are there any screws in that one?
I don't
Is there a clip?
Any?
Just don't want to tear her.
Maybe a clip.
Alright, these clips are simply a push clip, just basically like an interior clip. It pushes in to the receiving hole right there.
Oh, okay.
So I just put a flat blade screwdriver under it and gently pried it up. A little twist.
Alright, next we're going to remove these plates here. These are holding the rest of the top to the frame. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts. And I don't think you can mess this up. They're all different, and they have different bolt hole numbers and are shaped differently.
Here, here, here.
It's just keeping, there's a wire keeping tension on the top that's spring loaded, right? So if we do this, what's it do?
It must
See, there's a wire here that goes to the top.
into here.
Does it detach from the end somewhere?
Oh,
I feel it here. There's a spring there.
Okay.
So there's one screw retaining the spring. Oh. We have a spring-loaded cable. The spring tension keeps the top tight on the frame here. There's one rivet holding on this end. You'll have to drill this rivet out. Here's what we're drilling. Right there, this retainer, and then we'll put a new rivet in there when we're done. Cool. Now we can feed that cable back through the top, and that will release the top. After we do the other side. It works pretty nice. Just stand it up on end. Makes it safer to drill and all that.
There we go. So that means feeding this back through might be a little bit hard.
I'm thinking that's gonna suck.
So that's like the exact width of the channel.
Right.
So maybe we do like a coat hanger or some kind of long hook up.
Yeah.
And then fish it through.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we'll flip it over to the other side and do the same thing.
I'm gonna let go. Alright. Final thing is Velcro around this post. Or rib. Or whatever you'd like to call it.
At least that part is. So
You can see on each of these ribs there's this. It's a metal lip that the top goes into. So here's one of the ribs. We tore it off to get it off, but there's this hard plastic ridge that sits in this steel channel on the top rib. So it wraps around in there and then Velcro's tight.
I'm pretty strong.
Yeah, I do have that problem.
I have not been working out.
Nope, not at all.
Okay, so now this one is the same deal, sort of. Okay, so it's, oh, you know what? It's probably easier to pull this one off, which is already broken. That's easier. Because then, this might be like the first one you put on. It wraps around with the stupid Velcro, like that. And then you just pull it out. Or we slide it out. Sliding also seems to work pretty good.
I just pulled it out of the channel, that worked. It's tighter towards the middle again. Interesting. It's still coming. Alright. I'm gonna pull this up. There, yeah.
Okay.
Alright. There's the old one.
Still have to pull this piece off. The part that was broken. Oh, that was.
Awesome. Now we'll have a look at the frame. We'll lay the old top on the ground so the new top is not going to get scuffed up on my garage floor here. And we're going to put this all back together.
There is some stuff inside the box too.
It's beautiful. Dang. Nice new material. It's going to look good.
Nice.
Might just leave that on.
There's tape.
Yeah.
Then cardboard over the window.
Did you get a glass window?
No.
Okay.
No, still soft.
Okay, cool. Ooh, it's got the zipper around the perimeter of that window, so you can have a convertible-ish thing. The holy texts to see what's next. So based on the instructions, you want to put the rear bow in first, and then put the frame at half mast as if you've got the top halfway down to take all tension off this. You'll first affix this back rail in, and then we're going to run the cables, the tension cables through, and then do the other two bows here, and then we should be off to the races. Let's see how it goes. Alright, you got a piece of aluminum wire. You could easily use a coat hanger as well. I'm going to go in from the back through the channel, grab the spring, and then pull it back this way. You notice the eye that I made here is pointing towards itself, so it's not going to get snagged on the inside of that nice new channel.
There you go. Here, I'll do this way.
Alright, back through. Clearance. Alright. Nice and slow. I want to make sure I don't hook on this end. Boom.
Okay.
So now I'll unhook here. And then we will feed this up through the hole where it came in. Just through here. Make sure you run the cable through this extra hole here. There's a flap. This flap is here to protect the top when it flexes. Make sure you run the cable through that. Yep. It went up along here. And then it connects here with a bolt.
Do this.
Alright, now we're doing the second rib. We got the cables routed on both sides. Is it popping in?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That was surprisingly easy. I don't understand why it's so easy, but there it is. I'll get this last third bar. You literally just give yourself a lot of slack here, pull it through more, wrap it around, and just like locks in this channel. It's really cool. I think what we're going to do next, now that all three ribs have the sills locked into them, is we're going to attack the side pieces. Starting at the back, we're going to leave the top at halfway down pretty much, and we'll start screwing the side plates in. It's going to start with this first one here. It's 3 bolts, and we'll work our way towards the front and then probably finish with the front sill. We're trying to keep our feet off this brand new top. Underneath it again is the old top to keep things safe. Alright, we made one mistake.
I think this one's good to go too. Gosh, this one's rough.
Now we're installing the back rubber seals. Remember, there are 2 clips right up here on the top, 1 and 2. They push into a hole, basically like an interior push clip. And they're kind of annoying. You can see over here, all the strips are reinstalled. I'd recommend replacing those. And before you put this front one on and screw it in here, we're going to do this front sill. And Josh says, Right now we're working our way along the front. You can see this plastic, it's got a pre-bend in it, and they punched all the holes out for us. So basically we just need to shove it down in there and get it lined up so we can get this metal sill plate up in there and screws in.
Oh.
If we can get that middle one in.
You know what?
Alright.
Okay, then I think we do the outside ones and work our way towards the middle again.
Yep. So we have this middle bolt in. This one here is perfectly lined. But you can see here they're pretty much lined right up. Nice. 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 Nice.
Do you want?
They're actually all lined up now. Alright, now we're going to rivet on the tension cable. So you see here's the hole where the tension cable is going to go. And the cable is sticking through here. So we're just going to rivet this end in its place.
Hey, there you go. That's how it works. You push hard enough and it breaks itself off.
Perfect. I don't think it's going anywhere. So you'll see the orientation of this clip that we just riveted in. This is the end of the cable. Or this is a plastic lip, and the cable is on the left side, facing here. This is the way that it came off. We reviewed film just to make sure. So there is how it should be. Alright, last step after we put this front sill on is adding this front rubber seal, and there are 2 screws here, 1 and 2. Now we're preparing the top to put it in. We're just punching out all these little holes so the bolts can go through and hold this in. This is the window for reference.
Stupid antenna.
I like this.
We're a larger one, which I don't think is.
Alright, we dropped the top, and if you look down in here, there is a locator bolt that has a hook here, so you can hook the frame right down over it. And that lines up your 3 bolts. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, now the top is up, and we're going to put in the bolts from the inside with that retainer piece. Bolt them in. Now, right now we just have rough metal here, so if you put the top down without the paper covering on it, it could scratch up your nice new clear plastic back windshield. Now we're going to install these channels with the 10 millimeters. They go upward. There's this channel here that goes down. This presses against the rubber French drain U-channel thing that we looked at earlier and holds it in place, hopefully not letting any water past. That's what it took. You hit it. Alright, all the 10 millimeters are in. Now we're just putting the carpet back in.
Yeah.
Cool. Next up, we'll do the 3 bolts. Now we'll do these 3 bolts to hold the top on. We already threaded 1 in, so we could get the back bolts in. Now we'll do these other 2. Alright, once you have these 3 bolts in, don't tighten them down yet. Keep them loose. Alright, do not tighten them down, and you'll want to put the top up because these holes are adjustable. There's some play in them, and you'll want the top to make sure you reach the destination here. Now, according to the instructions, this thing's going to be tight as a drum, and your original latch adjustments are probably going to make it almost impossible to latch, and you might hurt it. So there is an adjuster here. So if you turn it clockwise, it makes the latch reach further, thus looser. So we're loosening these now. Gonna try them and see how the top fits. We don't want to overstretch it, but it will stretch with time, and you can adjust right here. Alright, so what we did to finally get the 2 front latches latched is I unzipped the window. I thought it'd relieve a little tension. It didn't really, but it gave Josh a good place to push here while I was trying to latch. So we got them latched. they're adjusted as far as they can be adjusted. And once the sun hits this tomorrow in the May sun, it should warm it up nicely, and he'll probably be able to adjust that inward and get it tighter and wipe the dust off this thing, and it looks really sharp. All right, now tighten your 3 bolts holding the top on. Next, you can fit on your side interior panels. Don't forget any of the screws. There are just 2, and then there's that clip at the bottom that you press into the hole. And then at the top, there's this metal plate. Perfect.
I'll try to screw there and a screw there.
So the one that goes right there has the snap on it, and that puts a tonneau cover over the roof here, so you can have a nice clean aerodynamic back if you have those pieces.